real quick, we have some bad news, actually. Dave Thomas apparently had a bad oyster at lunch, so he's not going to be with us. And instead I have another guy who I don't know. He stepped in, Buck Shocklee. He's President, CEO, and Chief Operating Officer of BS Social Media. So he'll be taking over for Dave Thomas, who's going to talk about Tales from the Enterprise, which seems perfectly reasonable. But instead we get Buck, so give it up, the Buck.
Where's my music? I'm supposed to have the Tiger playing when I come up on stage. It's in my, and I'm supposed to have 6 Bud Lights under here too. And somebody's supposed to read the, okay. All right, somebody's supposed to read, never mind, hang on. Who is Buck Shocklee? Buck Shocklee has almost more than 7 months experience in enterprise social media. He is connected to social media powerhouse celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, Bill Gates, and the Old Spice Guy. He has responded to RFPs for nationally known brands to represent them in social media marketing, including many nationally known brands. Buck always gives 1,010%, and he is an expert social media ninja guru. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and put your hands together for Buck Shocklee! Now I want you to do one thing here when we get started. I want you to turn to the person next to you. Look him in the eye. Do it! Look him in the eye. And say, repeat after me. Social media is about business. And I am going to eat your lunch. You have heard a lot of stuff here in the last couple of days from a lot of people about B2B social media, and I'm here to tell you one thing. It's all bullshit. I have tried this stuff literally for weeks, and it is not working for me. I'm going to tell you what I have learned. The top 5 B2B social media myths exposed. Here we go. First of all, let's understand our terms. What is B2B? I looked that up. And it says it's business to business. I say no. B2B stands for bucks to buck. This is a huge opportunity for all of us. There are people out there who don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. They are ready for people like me to come in and help them. And people like you, maybe you're looking for somebody like me, but we'll get to that later. So what are the top 5 myths of B2B social media? Number 1, be real. Number 2, social media belongs to everyone. Number 3, you need to tie your social media to your business goals. Number 4, you need to tell a story. And number 5, you can measure the ROI of social media. Now let's look at these myths. Let's start with number 1, be real. I read this, I didn't read the book, I saw this book called Social Media as a Cocktail Party. First of all, a little aside about social media books. There are a lot of them out there, and I'm going to say to you, why take the time to read one when in roughly the same amount of time you can write one? Think about it. But anyway, social media is a cocktail party. I thought, good! If there's one thing Buck knows about, it's cocktail parties. And when I'm online, I am quite frequently drinking. But did this work for me? I tweeted this last night. I have tried all the brown liquors in the minibar, moving on to the clear. Did this get me any response? Did this get me any action from any of my 19 followers? No. You want to be real? Social media belongs to everyone. How many people believe that's true? Wrong. People talk about who should own social media. Should PR own social media? Should marketing own social media? No. You know who should own social media? Me! Buck Shocklee! Pay me and I will do your social media for you. You don't have to spend all that time worrying about being on message, being on brand, understanding how to use MySpace. I understand they've updated it. Number 3, you need to tie your social media to business goals. Just doesn't work that way, folks. My business goals are pretty clear. I tweeted this. There are now more than 1 million people on the Facebook. I would like all of you to please send me $1. Have I gotten 1 red cent out of this? No. Your business goals, social media doesn't work. It's all bullshit. Number 4, tell a story. Been hearing that. Content rules. Tell a story. Tell a story. How many of you would rather read a press release or hear a story? Okay. Well, tell you what, I tweeted this last night or this morning. Woke up in the stairwell. Again, 2 hours later, I remembered where I left my pants. Who wants to hear the story? Apparently nobody. Why am I going to waste my time telling a story when I can write a press release? Here's how I use Twitter. A lot of people link to press releases. I say, why take that extra step? I just cut and paste. For immediate release, Bart Shocklee, interesting story. Little mistake there. My name is not Bart Shocklee. It's Butt Shocklee. The intern did that. Okay? I outsourced a lot of my social media to the intern. He is 11 years old. He has some trouble with some of the words, but his heart's in the right place in his cheek. You see, you just take it, you paste it in there, and then everybody sees it. You hear that 80-20 rule of content marketing? 80% of your content needs to be about your customers, 20% of it is about you. I say, if you tweet 80 times an hour, 20 hours a day, ain't nobody going to be able to see anybody but you. That's the 80-20 rule for butt. Number 5, you can measure the ROI of social media. I've been hearing this for a long time. How many of you think you can measure the ROI of social media? Put your hand up. Nobody's put their hand up. They're afraid I'm going to come down and talk. Don't worry. It's in my rider. I'm not allowed to leave the stage. Can you measure the ROI of social media? Now, I saw this in a book. A guy named Chris Penn, I think. Some other people were talking about it. ROI, gain dash costs, and costs. All right, well, that's good. When my clients ask me about ROI, I show them this. ROI, money, plus Buck Shocklee equals boat. That is an ROI that you can drink beer on. Now, when my clients ask me about ROI, I show them this chart. You need to proactively leverage your community, your engagement, your sentiment, your share of voice, influence relations in a real-time social paradigm that drives ROI through innovative best-in-class demand generation and fulfillment, impacting positively on SEO and SEM key performance indicators in social traffic. And we got some other stuff in there as well. Usually that shuts them up. And if it doesn't, I show them cat pictures. Works like a charm. So finally, some key takeaways. First of all, here's how you get in touch with me, buckshockley14@hotmail.com. And my Twitter address is Squirrely A, buckshockley14. So here are the key takeaways. Number 1, social media may be a cocktail party, but it is not a tequila party in a stairwell with 3 guys from Queens. Number 2, social media belongs to Buck Shocklee. Number 3, I could really use some more. Seriously, if anybody, I got my business cards are coming in the mail, but I can write it down on a napkin for you. And number 4, cat pictures. Thank you very much.